So today I'm going to be showing you something new that I've been doing for all the backlinks that I've been building, whether that's for myself or for any of my clients at my SEO agency. And it's really not hard at all to do, but it's extremely important to do in this new age of AI and LLMs and all these massive changes over at Google. And also be sure to watch the end of the video because I'm going to be giving away a free ChatGPT prompt that I made that makes doing this stuff so easy a monkey could do it. All right, let's get into it. So I'm Chris Giges, and I recently sold my 7-figure link building agency, and I spend most of my time now running an SEO agency, but you can go to my website for more information about me. And if you're interested in working together, go ahead and fill out the form on this page. And if you want access to the free prompt that I'm going to be giving away today, as well as my AI editing checklist and a bunch of other stuff, go ahead and subscribe on this page. So the technique we're going to be talking about today is something that we'll call context wrapping. This is not a name that I came up with. I was actually talking to Veronica over at Journal Finder over here, which is a really cool and cheap tool for doing digital PR. I don't have an affiliate link. They're just friends of mine, cool people, smart people. But anyway, Veronica mentioned this name when we were having a chat one day, and I thought it was really good, so I'm going to start using it. And very quickly, what context wrapping is just all of this information, all of this context around your back, and making sure that this context, that all of this text gives Google and the LLMs more information about your brand and the page that's being linked to. But before I explain exactly how to do it and give you the prompt and everything, first let's talk about why it's important. First of all, it helps build the knowledge graph in Google and the LLMs. By doing context wrapping, by providing additional context when you're creating backlinks, you help Google and the LLMs better understand exactly what your brand does, exactly what you're all about. I've actually been using ChatGPT more than Google myself these days. You definitely want to be doing this stuff, right? Next up, it helps you get off-page brand mentions. So instead of just putting anchor text for something like this about what the brand is and not having your brand name at all, you could also include your brand name when you're doing the context wrapping. Again, we're going to be covering exactly how to do it here in just a sec. And getting these extra brand mentions is good for just off-page EAT. I've got a whole other video on 20 off-page EAT signals on my channel over here. Of course, EAT is the way that Google measures the trustworthiness of your site. And while we're over on YouTube, guys, if you're enjoying the video, go ahead and give it a like and give my channel a sub. I'm just getting started on making YouTube videos again. I'll talk about more about this in another video, but for now, yeah, a lot more videos coming. Next up, context wrapping can help with branded search. So if you're including your brand name, not as the anchor text, but just including your brand name in the context of the backlink, it can help drive branded searches. Of course, we know from the leaks of Google's algorithm that these branded searches are super important because, of course, if people are searching for your brand name a lot, then you are probably a trusted brand and Google recognizes that. Next up, of course, context wrapping is going to generate additional context for the backlink, which helps the relevance of the backlink go up. Of course, Google loves relevance. And lastly, it's just kind of a natural thing to do. So if all of your backlinks don't have context wrapping, then it's kind of weird. So by doing context wrapping on at least some of your backlinks, you're kind of diversifying your backlink profile in a way. Let's talk about how we're going to do this. So here I found a random search engine journal article, and scrolling down, we can see this first link on the page right here. The anchor text is just study, and then they include the brand name SE ranking. So this is actually a very small example. It's not really a great one, but a study by SE ranking, right? They didn't just say a study examined Google's AI overviews. They actually have the brand name in here, and it's an unlinked brand mention, which is just okay, right? They still get a backlink here, but they have an unlinked brand mention as well, which is nice. So let's go ahead and take this sentence and we'll expand it a little bit to show you what I'm talking about, to add even more context, to give Google even more relevance, more juice, more stuff to work with when they see these links coming to your website. So remember, study is the one with the anchor text right here. We could say a study by SE ranking, comma, and we'll add a popular SEO rank tracking tool, examine Google's AI overviews in 5 US states. So this is also a pretty small one. We didn't add a full sentence in here. We just added a little blurb, right? A popular SEO rank tracking tool. So we're getting an unlinked brand mention, and we're getting all these keywords here. SEO, rank tracking, it's a tool. All of this is being fed to Google, and it's right by the link, which helps Google understand the link, but also helps understand your brand and your company, right? So on my directions here, it says, tell a little bit about what the brand is, what they do, or why they should be listened to on the topic, and about the specific page that is being linked to on the site. And we'll go over this more in just a second when I'm explaining the prompt, because the prompt takes care of all of this stuff, which is really cool. Also, if the brand name isn't included as anchor text, add it as an unlinked mention, which is exactly what they've done here, right? Study is the anchor text, unlinked brand mention here. And again, this is good for off-page EAT. It's good for branded searches. Someone might say, hey, what's SE ranking? And then come over here and Google SE ranking. And, now Google's got signals about people searching for your brand. And of course, just having the LLMs associate all of this stuff with your brand. Next, the context doesn't always have to be long. Short can be okay too. So like the example we just showed you here, this is like the shortest one I would ever possibly do. It's just, a study by so-and-so, a tool by so-and-so. You could just do an unlinked brand mention next to whatever you're linking to. You could also use the brand as the anchor text, but you're not going to want to every time. I will say that branded anchor text is actually my favorite anchor text to use. It's the safest one. Anyway, I talk about this a ton more in all of the link building videos I make on my channel, so you can check those out. But anyway, just getting that brand in there is so good. But of course, longer context gives more information to Google. So if you're able to do longer context, definitely do that at least some of the time, right? All right, now here's the prompt that I was telling you guys about. Like I said before, you can just go over to my website and just subscribe to my newsletter over here, and you'll get instant access to all of the documents that I have in my shared folder. And I'll be creating a bunch more of these documents as time goes on. But anyway, the instructions say copy and paste the prompt into ChatGPT and follow its instructions. Let's just go ahead and do that. Over in ChatGPT, we'll do a new chat, paste it in, hit enter. And now it's going to prompt us with exactly what it needs, right? So first of all, it wants the full article text. So we'll hit 1, and then let's go ahead and copy and paste the full article. We'll just use this one since I've already got it open. So paste that in. Number 2, we're going to do the target URL. For the target URL, I'm just going to do the home page of my own site. Paste. Number 3, the desired anchor text. So for anchor text, let's go ahead and do SEO professional. Spelled it wrong. SEO professional. There we go. Number 4, a short description of the company or the page being linked to. I'm feeling super lazy right now, so all I'm going to do is just copy and paste what's right here on the front page, paste that in, and I'll also just say this is the home page of my website. They don't really need to know that. You could just leave that off if you wanted to. But if you're linking to an inner page, it would make a lot of sense to give some information about what the inner page is, not just about your brand, because yeah, it'll give more context to the exact page that's being linked to, which is really good for Google. And number 5, the brand name of the company being linked to, and I'll just say the brand name is my own name, and we'll hit enter. And so what I've made the prompt do is it gives you 3 different backlink options in the article, and you can just choose which one that you like the best, or you could say, hey, go to option 1 and let's change it a little bit. So let's see option number 1. However, it's less effective at sending users away than ChatGPT. Google produces just 0.6 external visits per user, while ChatGPT generates 1.4 visits per user. The shift in referral behavior has sparked discussion among SEO professionals. So that's going to be the anchor text that included right there. Oh, they got it right here. Sorry. About how to adapt in a more closed search ecosystem. SEO professional Chris Giges offers insights on navigating visibility with AI-generated search results and alternative traffic channels. You can make this a little bit more natural, right? But I think it's pretty good. Then there's a couple more options for you to use here. I'm going to go ahead and see what it does. I'm going to try to get it to link to my recommends page, which is where I recommend a bunch of different SEO tools that I use. I'll say now link to this page, and I just set it to a list of all the different SEO tools that I use and recommend. Oop, it's giving SEO professional again. Let's go ahead and change the anchor text. We'll just change the anchor text to recommended tools. It might start to be kind of bad output now that we're just doing it all in the same thing. It's always better if you open up a new chat window, right? This data stresses the need to optimize for multiple traffic sources while remaining visible within Google's results pages. To help with that, SEO expert Chris Giges shares his recommended tools, a curated list of software he personally uses to stay competitive in a shifting search landscape. So I probably want to clean this word up. We don't want shifting search landscape. It also included an EM dash here, which I don't like very much. And in the prompt, I actually told it not to use any kind of dash or hyphen. I think it was on the first try, it would have got it correctly, but because we've done multiple tries in the same window, it's starting to kind of forget stuff. But still, these are pretty good, and they can be an extreme shortcut. It can just help streamline the process a lot, especially if you've got other people doing it for you. Maybe they don't understand the stuff as good as you. All right, some more specifics. These are also very important things to keep in mind. So if you are doing guest posting, then you have full control of the article, right? So if you had this post written on Search Engine Journal, you would have control over everything in the article. And because of that, you could just tell them, hey, I want this context around the link. Link insertions, of course, are a little bit different. Not all webmasters will allow you to change as much text as you want in the article. So let's just say we were doing a link insertion on this article. The webmaster might say, hey, you have to choose text that's in the article. We're not adding any other text. You have to do like just that. But actually, I feel like, it's a pretty low percentage of sites that are doing this these days. Most of them will actually allow you to change stuff or add a little bit of context because especially if you're adding good context, it actually makes it flow better and just makes it make more sense in the article, right? And of course, if you're doing PBN links, it's the same thing as a guest post. You have full control, so there should be no issues there. If you're doing some other kind of link building, for example, blog comments or forum comments, some stuff like Reddit or Quora, these types of links, you can also do context wrapping. The link generally exists within a paragraph of information. It's not just like, boom, there's a link, right? So I've here not so much for foundational links. So for example, if you're doing like citations or something like that, then of course there's no context for the link. It's just going to have your business information and then the link. You don't need to be doing context wrapping for these types of links. Really, I'm just doing context wrapping for link insertions and guest posts. I really don't use PBN links much these days anymore. And lastly, if your agency does not let you do this, find a new agency. I'm literally doing this for all of my SEO clients. I think it's just so important with how things are moving in AI and search engine optimization with Google right now. More context, more brand mentions, feeding information to the LLMs and to Google. And lastly, some quick caveats. You don't need to be doing this on every single backlink that you're building. It's not natural actually to do it on every single backlink that you're building. I think I'm probably doing it on about 50%, maybe more of the backlinks I'm building right now. And like we mentioned before, it doesn't always have to be long. It can be long, it can be short, it can be one sentence, it can be two sentences, it can literally just be another word or two. It can literally just be your brand after the backlink, right? Just like in this example article we saw right here. So yes, more context is better, but it's also more natural not to have it like that every single time. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it for context wrapping. We talked about why it's important. We talked about exactly how to do it. I gave you this free ChatGPT prompt over here. Of course, just go to my website and subscribe to the newsletter for free access to it. And we talked about some specifics that'll make it easier when you're doing this for your link building. All right, guys, go ahead and give the video a like and give my channel a subscribe if you're enjoying the content. A lot more videos coming on the way. I know I took a break there for a little bit, but yeah, we're getting rolling again. And one of the cool things about taking a few months off of making YouTube videos is now I have a ton of stuff to talk about, right? So yeah, lots coming. All right, guys, adios. See you next time.